Stephen Sanborn, AHS class of 1983, has always been a leader among the communities he serves. As a friend once said, he has never met a stranger. Whether at home or abroad, Steve can make easy conversations with anyone, anywhere.
He just was he was a great human being. He was very kind and sincere and gentle. I don't think I ever heard Stephen raise his voice to see him get angry with anybody.
Voted most likely to succeed and done most for AHS, Steve was on the football team, captain of the tennis team, a member of the student council, and served as senior class president.
What I know is that when Stephen and his classmates, we had a lot of fun. We laughed. It was laughing. And I can remember to this day, Stephen's history class was period 2 in the old wing upstairs. And I looked forward to going to that class every day because the students, his classmates, his peers, they were just fun.
Steve is the son of Jack and Lorraine Sanborn, and together with his brother Jeff was active in scouting, earning his Eagle Scout Award in Troop 7.
A lot of supportive activities and Color Day, Color Day, ski club, ice skating, all of it. He was a great individual.
After graduation, he attended Colby College, where he majored in biology, forming the foundation for his career in science education. Steve later went on to earn his Master of Education degree from Plymouth State College, and in 2017, his doctorate in education from UMass Lowell. He earned National Board Certification recognition.
He's incredibly experienced and knowledgeable and intelligent, but he's also deeply thoughtful in everything that he does, and more importantly, with everyone that he interacts with, students, teachers. I noticed that he was incredibly detailed and thorough, and someone who always went kind of quietly above and beyond the norm. And so it was a pleasure to work with him and to collaborate with him.
For the first 9 years of his teaching career, Steve taught biology at Gould Academy in Maine. During this time, he spent a year in Hungary as a Fulbright classroom exchange teacher, teaching biology in a bilingual educational program. He then taught in a charter school in Marblehead, Mass., before beginning his lengthy career in the Andover, Mass. school system. During his first 14 years in Andover, Steve taught 8th grade science and then several high school subjects, including biology, environmental science, biotechnology, and bioethics. During this time, he spent a year in India on his second Fulbright classroom exchange. In 2010, Steve transitioned roles in Andover, becoming the Pre-K-12 Science Program Coordinator.
He also, I remember, made sure that he was going to send a middle school team. We had 3 middle schools to send them to a state competition every year for science engineering fair. And it was really important to him that the middle schoolers had that experience. And so he really took it upon himself to make sure that that students had that experience before going to high school.
Steve is known for supporting his students through science fairs, building relationships, and never shying away from handling earthworms and hissing cockroaches. He has challenged himself to learn new subjects to teach his students, such as robotics, providing a living example of a scientist at work.
Steve is highly respected by teachers, students, and families. And I would find, particularly with students and teachers, they would just flock to him. Everyone knew Dr. Sanborn. And he would be found most often in schools, not in offices or meetings. He was in classrooms and in schools. So he was very visible and interactive, particularly with student learning. Some of the examples that I remember most are when he was involved with high school students' capstone projects and helping them with their research and their writing.
As an administrator, he is praised for having hard conversations in a way that leaves everyone feeling supported and heard. Steve is retiring and is looking forward to spending time and traveling with his wife Jen and their daughters Mary and Elena.
He has a lovely family, 2 lovely daughters, They've traveled the world, and they were a great campus. They love the White Mountains.
Steve continues to exemplify the qualities of leadership, selflessness, and kindness that his AHS classmates and his colleagues have recognized and respected.
He goes above and beyond, and he's incredibly relatable. And so I think that's the interesting thing about Steve and his accomplishments is, while they're so incredibly noteworthy, he's also incredibly humble and just like the rest of us in many ways. But it goes to show that I think, even quiet gestures that seem unassuming really go above and beyond and are enduring for people in terms of work and in terms of friendships. So when I think of Steve, he is so much more than a professional colleague. He's really a friend for life.
Stephen walks quietly. He's not a boisterous person. But the old saying, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And Stephen's genuineness is a quality that is the part of the core of his soul. Who he is, who he has become.
I'll enjoy seeing him in that spotlight, and I'm sure that is the last place he ever intended to be or wanted to be, but he deserves to be there. And I think he's a great model for the community that, this is what lifelong learning is, and it's important to recognize people who dedicate their life to that.
And it's for these reasons and many more that AEFI welcomes Steve Sanborn into its Hall of Honor.